guys, I am Palak Agarwal of Hidayatullah National Law University and currently a legal intern at LEXIS and Company. In my last video, I discussed about mens rea. In my today's video, I'll be discussing about general defenses available to the accused. General defenses are available in the cases in which the circumstances indicate that the guilty intent was absent, the part of the accused. These general defenses can be taken in any stage of the crime. These are to protect the accused who had a guilty intent absent. In my video, I'll be discussing about 4 types of general defenses available to the accused. They are mistake, private, mental condition not fit, and necessity. When a person commits a crime under mistaken belief, he cannot be held guilty because without real or actual knowledge, one cannot form the guilty intent required for a crime. Mistake can be of 2 types: mistake as to law and mistake as to fact. Mistake of law cannot be taken as a defense, whereas mistake as to a fact can be taken as a defense. As it is assumed that all the persons living in the country are well aware of the law of that country. On the other hand, mistake as to fact is an accepted defense in criminal law. Section 29 of the IPC states that nothing is an offense if it is done by someone who by reason of mistake of fact and not by reason of mistake of law in good faith believes that he is doing something in good faith is justified. The act done by him is justified. He will not be guilty. For example, there was an accused who saw a police officer named P running after a man Q. He knew that P was a policeman, so he presumed that Q was the felon who was guilty of a crime. So he felt his duty to help P. In order to help P, he attacked Q. Because of his attack on Q, Q fell on the ground and had severe injury. Later, it was found out that Q was not a felon. There was a personal dispute between the policeman and Q. The question arises is whether the accused is guilty or not. What do you think? Is the accused guilty? Did he have a criminal intent? The answer to the question is no, as the person did not have any guilty intent to hurt Q. He only wanted to help the policeman. He only wanted to help the law. Next very important general defense available is private defense. Sometimes there is a person who is threatened by some other individual or his property is in danger and he has no time call the police or some other government official. In these cases, the citizen has the right to take reasonable steps to prevent himself, protect himself and his property. There will be no criminal liability in cases of private defense because there was no criminal intent on the part of the person who was just trying to protect himself. There are a few things that must keep in mind while using the defense of private defense. They are anticipated threat must be real, imminent. The force inflicted against a threat must be proportionate to the threat anticipated. And the threat must be illegitimate. For example, there was a person named Doris who threatened Boris and took away Boris's wallet by pointing a gun at him. Now, Boris was a martial arts teacher. He grabbed Doris' hand and twisted it in such a way that Doris had to drop the gun. When Boris called the police to arrest Doris cannot complain that Boris had hurt him. That excuse of private defense. Third general available is mental condition. Sometimes the mental condition of the accused is so that it cannot form a guilty intent. It might be because of many reasons. For example, fancy, lunacy, or intoxication. It's presumed that a child below the age of 7 cannot form a guilty intent. A person who is intoxicated without his wish and knowledge is intoxicated to such a degree that he cannot form a reasonable judgment about the nature of his act, not be liable. However, if the person willfully intoxicates himself, he would not be able to claim this defense. Next general defense is necessity. Sometimes a person acts in an illegal way to prevent a greater harm. If these acts are reasonable and done in a good faith, the person committing the act won't be liable. These general defenses are very important as it is very necessary to prevent the law from punishing an innocent person. I hope you guys found my video informative. In my next video, I'll be discussing about copyright law. Thank you and have a nice day.